Alright guys, so we're back finally again. We're going to be talking about Peacemaker Season 2. So overall, I'm seeing a lot of different things for Peacemaker, and some people are saying it was okay, or it was whatever, but I want to give my full-on review. So again guys, comment down below what you guys thought about it, and also, this is my opinion, so again, whether you agree or disagree, that's perfectly fine, but just be respectful in the comments, because again, I'm not going to put up with that. But overall, this season was entertaining. This was really, I would say, a growth period for Peacemaker, aka Chris Smith. Now, again, him trying to develop a relationship with Harcourt, that was pretty much the whole thing of this season, because it really goes into of how things were more weird between them, because they hung out, they got a little drunk, they went to a music festival, they kissed, and then they kind of just was like, okay, what's going to happen? Chris kept trying, like, okay, did it mean anything? Harcourt kept saying no. Az was trying to make her own business. Vigilante was trying to do his own thing. And then, of course, we had other characters that were still trying to work with August. And then, of course, we had Rick Flag Sr. coming in, trying to get, justice slash revenge for his son, which, again, Harcourt had a relationship with him during the Suicide Squad movie. And we had a Lex Luthor, appearance, which, again, is of course for the new Lex that was in the Superman movie, which I still need to watch, and it was one of those like, okay, it's not a big deal, but there wasn't really anything in here of, oh, well, you gotta watch Superman so you can watch Peacemaker. In my opinion, there was really nothing in there that was like, oh my god, you need to watch Superman to understand this. You really didn't need that, because again, Peacemaker tried joining, the new Justice League. That didn't work. He tried going on his own, and just nothing was going his way. When he found this new world, like I talked about, and he went into this world where there was another version of him, and he fought himself and killed himself. He really just was like, okay, what did I do? Realizing his brother and his father were still alive over there. They got along. They were a team. Him and his brother and his father were worshipped over there, and everything seemed great. Everything seemed amazing, but then when things started going crazier in the normal world, he was just like, okay, I'm going to go over here, and he did, and he started living like a hero, like he always wanted, and he had a relationship with that version of Harcourt. But then when everyone started following him, and he was on the run, he figured, okay, if I'm going to be a problem here and I can't get redemption or justice over here, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go over here. But then he realized this world is not all it's cracked up to be, because we later figure out that it is a Nazi world where the Nazis won in World War II and they took over, and of course Az got attacked, and then we got other ones that got attacked as well, which again, some people are saying, oh, well, I already figured that. Dude, I wasn't even paying attention. I was just paying attention to the story. I wasn't really paying attention, and in a way it didn't really shock me, because of, again, James Gunn, I guess, wanted to push the political point at some point. I'm not sure why. And also that comment of, oh, well, this world ain't that different if you're a minority in our world. And it's like, again, you got to put that in there, bro. It's like, come on. It's like, I like the character Az, don't get me wrong, but that was just unnecessary. Same thing with, trying to push this small agenda, and I'm just like, I'm over it. It's like, okay, come on, whatever. And going through the whole thing of the one Bordeaux that she had a relationship with Rick Flag Sr., and then Rick was just getting obsessed with trying to find a new world to put metahumans in. It got somewhat agreed on. And at the very end, which was really crazy, is having ones that join Peacemaker and the others to be able to create their own business. And that really did shock me. It really shocked me that they were able to do that, even in the season of Eagle being like the alpha eagle. I thought that was pretty cool as well. But also, things went bad in the other world, because when they were trying to leave, it was realized that that was not that world's Peacemaker, and trying to stop him, they accidentally killed his father in that world, even though his father was actually trying to help him, because he knew if they didn't leave that world, it would have been a lot worse. The brother, on the other hand, he got severely injured, messed up Peacemaker even more, so I'm thinking that his other version of his brother is going to come back somehow, some way, to cause more issues. And again, this really messed up Peacemaker to be like, okay, I'm poisoned, I'm cursed, I'm this, I'm that. But I will give credit where credit's due for storytelling, to where everyone kind of came together and realized that they're all messed up and they're all screwed up. And that's what makes this team work, is that they're all screw ups, they're all losers, they're all this, but they made this little family and it works. And I really enjoyed that. But at the same end, it seemed like Peacemaker got his somewhat happy ending with, Hardcore, because she, said that, yeah, it did matter with them kissing on that music festival, and then also them creating a business together and kind of going out on their own and doing their own thing. But at the same time, peace don't last for long, because Peacemaker gets kidnapped, he gets thrown into this other world that is going to be a metahuman prison. And again, this was for what happened to Rick Flag, what he did in Suicide Squad. Rick Flag Sr. got what he wanted, and now he's stuck over in this other world, and kind of got like, what I'm thinking is like, what, there's dinosaurs over there? What is that over there, So they really left out on a cliffhanger. But overall, I think the season was alright. I think it was good. Still has a little bit of comedy in there. Wasn't as funny, I would say, as the first season. They really expand on things like I said, things in there that I just didn't care for. Again, I don't think that the Nazi world was necessary. I don't think them trying to have Peacemaker be bisexual was necessary. I don't think them trying to bring up stuff that goes on in the real world, whether that's how it is or not, was necessary either. Again, this has been one of the problems. Like, I feel like they pulled a CW move when they did this, because again, when they do this, it really takes the audience out of it. And again, James Gunn was trying to defend it and prove his point and all this and that, which is like, okay, dude, good for you. You proved some kind of a point. Okay, move on. I'm not a James Gunn groupie. I'm not gonna sit here and worship him. If I'm gonna say it sucks, I'm gonna say it sucks. If I'm gonna say it's good, I'm gonna say it's good. But was this season better than the first season? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Is this better than Creature Commandos? No, because Creature Commandos is better than this. But I still enjoy Peacemaker. I was not a fan of the opening song. I was more of a fan of the first season opening song, like I've said before. But overall, I think this season was okay, and I'm looking forward to season 3 to see where the story is going to go, and how they're going to get him back, and also what they're going to deal with Argus, with Rick Flag Sr. running the show now, and then also what these characters are going to do when they realize, hey, where'd he go? Where's Peacemaker? Where'd Chris go? And now they got to find him and figure out how to get him back, because now everything's underneath Argus. So it's going to be interesting to see. And also, are they going to bring up Lex Luthor again? Are they going to bring up other characters that we saw in season 2, or mentions of like Chris's brother, other anti-heroes, villains, or whatever? Because now they're kind of bringing, like I said, the rejects, the side guys, to kind of create this group of I would say former villains / heroes / enemies turning into friends, and among other things. So what do you guys think of this season? Let me know about it down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.